Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English and Smart Practice.
I'm Elena, your host for today. If you're joining us for the first time, I want to let you know that we upload a new English learning video every day on this channel, designed to help you improve your English faster and more naturally. In today's episode, you're going to not only enhance your English listening and speaking skills, but also build your confidence and fluency by incorporating simple yet powerful habits into your daily life. We're diving into a very practical topic that will help you speak English more smoothly, understand native speakers more effectively, and express your thoughts clearly and comfortably. That topic is how to improve your English fluency every day with 7 simple daily habits. These habits aren't difficult or tedious. In fact, they're enjoyable and will become a natural part of your lifestyle if you follow them consistently. They'll help you develop the right mindset, practice organically without pressure, and make English learning a sustainable daily routine. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what these habits are, but also how to apply them in real-life situations with practical exercises that will make your English more fluent, natural, and confident. So grab a pen and paper and let's get started. Fluency in English doesn't happen overnight. It's built gradually and steadily through daily practice and effective habits. Many English learners believe they need to memorize extensive vocabulary lists or study grammar books for hours to speak fluently. However, fluency isn't just about knowledge, it's about developing a relationship with the language. You need to hear it, speak it, feel it, and integrate it into your life a little bit every day. The good news is you don't need to overhaul your entire schedule. You can become fluent simply by making small adjustments to your daily routine. In this video, we'll explore 7 simple habits that can fit into your everyday life without stress or pressure. These are the same types of habits native speakers naturally develop over years, and you can do the same, no matter where you live or how busy your day is. Let's begin with something very important: how you start your day. When you wake up in the morning, before you check your messages or open social media, take just 5 minutes to expose your brain to English. This could involve listening to a short podcast, repeating a motivational quote in English, or simply thinking about your plans for the day, but doing it in English. This small activity trains your brain to become comfortable with the language. It's like warming up before exercise. For example, you could say to yourself in English, "Today I have a meeting at 11 a.m. I will go shopping in the evening. I need to buy fruits and vegetables." These simple sentences aren't for anyone else. They're just for you. And that's where fluency begins, with talking to yourself with clarity and confidence. If you enjoy reading, you can also try reading a short paragraph from an English news article or a simple blog. Read it aloud if possible and feel the flow of the language. Don't worry about understanding every single word. Just let your brain get accustomed to the rhythm of English. It's okay to read slowly. Even 1 paragraph a day is enough to make progress over time. The key is repetition. When you repeat a small action every day, it becomes a habit, and that habit becomes your strength. Now let's discuss how to make your daily activities work for your English learning. For example, when you're brushing your teeth, getting ready, or walking to the bus stop, you can use this time to listen to English. Choose something light and enjoyable. Perhaps a podcast about hobbies, a short English story, or even English music with subtitles you've already seen before. Listening daily, even without understanding every word, trains your ears. You'll start to recognize common phrases, tone changes, and natural sentence patterns. One day, something will click, and you'll realize that you understood a sentence without translating it in your head. That's the moment when fluency starts to grow. Let's do a small practice together right now. I'll say a few short daily sentences, and I want you to repeat them after me or say them later in your own voice. These are basic sentences you can use in your morning self-talk or while doing daily tasks. Here we go. I am feeling good today. Let's make today productive. I will finish my work on time. I am learning something new every day. Speaking English is getting easier for me. Try saying them aloud later and notice how your mouth feels when you pronounce the words. This physical practice helps your brain remember how the words sound and feel. Repeating them a few times a day helps build automatic responses, which is what fluency truly is. Another useful habit is thinking in English. Now, this may sound difficult at first, but it becomes easier if you start small. Choose one activity every day, like cooking, walking, or cleaning, and describe what you're doing in English as you do it. For example, while you're preparing food, you can think in English like this. I am cutting the onions now. I'm adding tomatoes. It smells really good. You're not performing for someone. You're training your brain to connect English words with real actions. This connection makes your English stronger because you're using it to describe real life, not just memorizing from a book. Let me give you another practice you can try later today. Walk around your room or your home and try describing 5 things you see in English. You might say, "This is my chair. It's brown and very comfortable. That's my window. It lets in the sunlight. Here is my bookshelf. I have many English books here." This simple habit, if done daily, builds confidence and familiarity with vocabulary. You're not just learning words, you're using them naturally. Now, let's talk about one of the most effective habits you can build: repeating short dialogues every day. Choose a short conversation in English from a video, a textbook, or a podcast, and listen to it. Pause and repeat each sentence after the speaker. Try to copy the tone, the speed, and the rhythm. You're not just repeating sounds, you're absorbing the way English is spoken. You'll start to notice how native speakers connect words, where they pause, and how they use emotion. These are things that no grammar book can teach you. They come from daily exposure and practice. For example, here's a short conversation you can repeat later today. Listen and practice these lines. Hi, how are you? I'm good, thanks. What about you? I'm doing well. Are you free this evening? Yes, let's meet at the cafe. This is a very basic conversation, but repeating it regularly helps you get comfortable with common questions and answers. And when a real conversation happens, you won't panic. Your brain will already know how to respond naturally. Let's pause here for a moment and reflect on something important. Many learners stop themselves from speaking because they're afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are a sign that you're learning. The more you speak, even with mistakes, the faster you improve. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait to know everything. Start small, speak softly, speak to yourself if you need to, but speak every single day. That is the foundation of fluency. Another habit that can truly improve your fluency is keeping a small English journal. This doesn't have to be a big task or a formal diary. Just write a few sentences each day about what you did, how you felt, or what you plan to do. For example, you could write something like, "Today I worked from 9 to 5. I had a meeting in the afternoon. I felt tired but happy because I finished all my tasks." Or you might write, "I'm feeling nervous about tomorrow's interview. I hope everything goes well." Writing like this in English every day helps you organize your thoughts, practice sentence structure, and discover which words you often need. Over time, you'll see progress in both your writing and your speaking because when your mind becomes familiar with expressing ideas in English, your mouth will follow more easily. If you want to make it even more effective, you can try reading your journal entry aloud after writing it. This way, you're practicing writing, reading, speaking, and listening all in one short activity, and you're doing it with real thoughts and real feelings. That is powerful fluency training. If you don't know how to spell a word, use a simple dictionary app or even voice typing to help you. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is expression, and that expression will become stronger each day you practice. Now let's talk about vocabulary. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is trying to memorize long vocabulary lists without context. It's hard for the brain to remember random words. But when you learn vocabulary in context, in sentences, in stories, in conversations, your brain connects the words with meaning, and that's how fluency is built. So, here's a useful habit you can try every day. Pick just 3 new words that you hear or read in English. Don't choose difficult or uncommon words. Choose simple, useful ones like borrow, invitation, or repair. Then write 3 sentences using each word in a way that connects to your daily life. Let me give you an example to try. Let's take the word invite. You can write, I will invite my friend to my birthday. Then, did you get an invite to the wedding? And also, she invited me to her house for lunch. Try doing this every day with 3 new words, and soon you'll notice that your active vocabulary, the words you actually use, is growing naturally and usefully. You'll be able to express yourself more clearly, and you won't need to search for words when you speak. Speaking of daily life, here's another practice exercise you can do during your normal activities. While cooking, doing laundry, or organizing your desk, think of the English names for the items you're using. Say them out loud if possible. For example, this is a spoon. I am stirring the soup. These are clean clothes. I'm folding the shirts. This makes English part of your real environment. It's not just a language in a book, it becomes the language of your life. This habit of describing your actions helps develop both vocabulary and grammar naturally, and it creates strong memory links in your brain. Let's also talk about shadowing, one of the best speaking practices for fluency. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating exactly what they say, almost like an echo, while trying to match their speed, tone, and rhythm. This is different from repeating slowly or reading from a script. You're actually training your mouth and brain to move like a native speaker. You can use any video, movie clip, or audio lesson with subtitles for this practice. Just choose a short section, maybe 30 seconds. Listen to it and then play it again while speaking along with the speaker. Let's try a short shadowing practice right now. I'll say a short sentence and leave a pause. Try to repeat it with the same tone and rhythm. I can't believe how fast this week went by. Do you want to grab some coffee later? That sounds like a great idea. Let me check my schedule. Try saying them again later today using the same natural tone. You can even record yourself and compare it to the original audio. This helps you adjust your pronunciation and build speaking confidence. You're not just saying the words, you're learning to sound natural. Now, here's something very important to remember. Fluency isn't just about speed. It's about being able to communicate your ideas clearly and confidently without stopping too much to think about grammar or vocabulary. And to do that, You need input, real, daily input from natural English. That's why another great habit is to watch or listen to short English videos or shows for just 10 to 15 minutes a day. Make this a daily routine, like having a cup of tea. Choose something you enjoy, a travel vlog, a cooking video, a story, or even a children's show. The language is often simple and conversational. Watch with subtitles first if needed, then again without them if you can. This repetition builds listening fluency and helps you understand sentence patterns used in daily English. Let's do a comprehension practice to train your listening and understanding. I'll read a short paragraph and then you can try to summarize it later in your own words. Yesterday I went to the market to buy some fresh vegetables. I bought tomatoes, onions, and spinach. The weather was sunny and the market was very crowded. I met my friend there and we had a quick lunch at a small cafe nearby. After that, I came home and watched an English movie. Now pause later and try to say what happened in your own way. You don't need to copy the exact words, just focus on the ideas. This is how you train your brain to think in English, not translate from your native language. As you build these habits, remember that consistency is more important than intensity. You don't need to practice for hours, just 15 to 20 minutes of focused, meaningful English activity every day is enough to see real progress. The goal is to build fluency step by step, naturally and comfortably without pressure. That's how real fluency happens, not from one big lesson, but from many small moments of connection with the language. Now let's talk about conversations, the heart of real fluency. Having conversations, even short ones, is one of the most effective ways to improve your spoken English. But what if you don't have someone to practice with every day? Don't worry, you can still build speaking fluency through self-talk. That means talking to yourself in English, and yes, it's a real language learning technique used by thousands of learners around the world. You can talk to yourself in the mirror, or while walking, or even while making tea. Say things like, "I'm gonna clean my room now." After that, I'll make some dinner. I think I'll watch an episode of my favorite show later. These sentences are simple, but when you speak them regularly, your brain gets used to forming English sentences quickly and naturally. Another great strategy is using voice recordings. Open a voice recording app on your phone and talk about your day for 1 minute. Then listen to your recording. This helps you hear how you sound and recognize areas where you need improvement. Maybe your pronunciation, maybe your speed, or maybe your grammar. You don't need to be perfect. You're learning to express yourself clearly. Try this recording activity every day. Over time, you'll notice how your confidence and fluency improve, even if you're learning on your own. Let's add a fun exercise you can try right after this video. Pick any object in your room and describe it in detail in English. For example, pick a chair. You could say, "This is my wooden chair. It's brown in color. I use it while working on my laptop. It has 4 legs and a soft cushion." Try doing the same for other objects. Your bag, your phone, your keys, or even your shoes. This habit helps build description vocabulary, sentence variety, and spontaneous speaking. It also helps your brain connect English with your real-world environment, and that makes your fluency stronger each day. As you build these habits, remember that consistency is more important than intensity. You don't need to practice for hours, just 15 to 20 minutes of focused, meaningful English activity every day is enough to see real progress. The goal is to build fluency step by step, naturally and comfortably without pressure. That's how real fluency happens, not from one big lesson, but from many small moments of connection with the language. Now let's talk about conversations, the heart of real fluency. Having conversations, even short ones, is one of the most effective ways to improve your spoken English. But what if you don't have someone to practice with every day? Don't worry, you can still build speaking fluency through self-talk. That means talking to yourself in English, and yes, it's a real language learning technique used by thousands of learners around the world. You can talk to yourself in the mirror, or while walking, or even while making tea. Say things like, "I'm gonna clean my room now." After that, I'll make some dinner. I think I'll watch an episode of my favorite show later. These sentences are simple, but when you speak them regularly, your brain gets used to forming English sentences quickly and naturally. Another great strategy is using voice recordings. Open a voice recording app on your phone and talk about your day for 1 minute. Then listen to your recording. This helps you hear how you sound and recognize areas where you need improvement. Maybe your pronunciation, maybe your speed, or maybe your grammar. You don't need to be perfect. You're learning to express yourself clearly. Try this recording activity every day. Over time, you'll notice how your confidence and fluency improve, even if you're learning on your own. Let's add a fun exercise you can try right after this video. Pick any object in your room and describe it in detail in English. For example, pick a chair. You could say, "This is my wooden chair. It's brown in color. I use it while working on my laptop. It has 4 legs and a soft cushion." Try doing the same for other objects: your bag, your phone, your keys, or even your shoes. This habit helps build description vocabulary, sentence variety, and spontaneous speaking. It also helps your brain connect English with your real-world environment, and that makes your fluency stronger each day. Now let's talk about pronunciation. Something many learners feel nervous about, but don't worry. Perfect pronunciation isn't the goal. Clear communication is, and you can train your pronunciation with a few minutes of practice each day. A simple way is to focus on one difficult sound at a time. For example, many learners have difficulty with the th sound in words like think or thanks. You can stand in front of a mirror and say think, thank again and again, slowly and clearly. Watch how your mouth moves, feel the air. Repeat it 10 times every day, and you'll become more confident in making that sound. Another helpful habit is practicing sentence stress and intonation, the musical part of English speaking. In English, some words in a sentence are naturally stressed while others are not. For example, in the sentence, "I want to go to the market," the stressed words are want, go, and market. The smaller words like I, to, and the are less stressed. Try saying the sentence slowly and hear the natural stress, "I want to go to the market." This rhythm gives English its natural flow and makes your speech sound more fluent. Practicing like this, even for just a few minutes daily, helps build your spoken fluency and listening skills at the same time. Now here's something very important: your mindset. Many English learners say, "I'm not fluent yet because I'm shy," or "I don't want to make mistakes." But remember this: making mistakes is part of learning. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. They made grammar mistakes, forgot words, and felt nervous too. But what made them fluent was their daily practice, their belief in progress, and their willingness to keep going. So don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait to feel ready. Start now with small steps every day. Speak, write, listen, repeat, even if it's just for 10 minutes, because fluency isn't a gift. It's a habit, a daily, small, consistent habit. Let's now do another quick speaking practice together. I'll say a short situation, and you imagine how you would describe it in English. Ready? You just came back from the grocery store. What would you say? You could say, I just got back from the store. I bought some vegetables, fruits, and milk. The store was crowded, but I found everything I needed. Now try this one. You are planning a weekend trip with your friend. You might say, we're thinking of going to the beach this weekend. We'll leave early Saturday morning. I'm really looking forward to relaxing in the sun. Try saying these out loud or record yourself. You are training your brain to speak English naturally and fluently in everyday situations. Reading aloud is another powerful fluency tool. It may seem simple, but reading a short article or story aloud every day helps improve pronunciation, flow, and confidence. It's like giving your mouth a workout in English. Choose something short and interesting. Maybe a story from the news or a children's storybook, or even the subtitles of your favorite show. Read it slowly first, then try again with better flow. Focus on how each sentence sounds. This builds muscle memory and prepares you for real conversations. And over time, you'll notice you hesitate less and speak more smoothly. You can also make your daily routine an English training ground. While cooking, read the recipe in English. While walking, listen to an English podcast. While waiting in line, describe what you see in English in your mind. These tiny moments add up. They make English part of your life, not just a subject. And when English becomes your environment, your fluency grows naturally and effortlessly. That's the magic of building habits around your real day, not just your study time. Let's do another vocabulary activity. I'll give you 3 simple words: plan, enjoy, and travel. Now try to make a sentence with each one that's true for your life. For example, I plan to visit my cousin next month. I enjoy listening to music in the evening. I love to travel to new places every year. Now you try. If you do this every day, even with just 3 words, your vocabulary will expand, and you'll learn to use word in a personal, fluent way. Remember, the best vocabulary isn't the hardest. It's the words you use with ease and confidence. Another daily habit that boosts fluency is reviewing. Take 5 minutes at the end of your day and think, what English did I use today? Did I learn any new words? Did I speak anything out loud? What was easy? What was difficult? This short reflection helps you stay focused on your progress. You can even write your answers in your English journal. It's like having a conversation with yourself, and it keeps your motivation strong. Every small improvement matters. Every word spoken, every sentence written, every idea understood. It all builds fluency, one day at a time. Let's now talk about confidence, because fluency without confidence is like knowing how to swim but being afraid to jump into the water. You might know many words and grammar rules, but if you hesitate to speak, fluency remains out of reach. So how can you build confidence every day? Start by setting small, achievable goals. For example, today, your goal might be to speak 3 full sentences in English. Tomorrow, your goal could be to write a short message or comment in English online. The next day, maybe try shadowing a native speaker for 5 minutes. These tiny wins matter. They tell your brain, yes, I can do this, and they create momentum that leads to long-term fluency. Shadowing is another powerful habit you can include in your day. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating exactly what they say immediately after hearing it, like an echo. Choose a short video, podcast, or movie dialogue. Play a sentence, pause, then repeat it in the same tone and rhythm. It might feel difficult at first, but with practice, it trains your mouth to move the way native speakers speak. It also helps you copy the stress, intonation, and speed of fluent English. Just 5 minutes of shadowing a day can change how you speak in a few weeks. Let's try a quick shadowing style exercise together now. I'll say a simple sentence and you can repeat it out loud after me. Ready? It's a beautiful day outside. Try to copy the tone. Now another one. I am learning to speak English fluently. And one more. I feel more confident every day. Practice like this with any sentences you like from shows, books, or podcasts. Just make sure you repeat them out loud and clearly. This habit not only improves pronunciation, but also builds rhythm and fluency in a natural way. Now let's go a bit deeper into using English emotionally, not just logically. Language isn't only for facts, it's also for feelings. Try this each day. Describe how you feel using English. For example, I feel excited about tomorrow's meeting, or I feel a bit tired but happy after a long day. Expressing emotions in English helps you connect more deeply with the language. It makes English a part of your personal world, and when a language becomes personal, fluency follows. One powerful technique to improve fluency is storytelling. Every evening, try to tell a short story in English. It could be a memory from your childhood, something that happened during your day, or even a made-up story. You could say, "When I was 10, I went to the park with my cousin. We found a small puppy there, and it followed us all the way home." Or you could say, "Today I was walking to work when it started raining. I didn't have an umbrella, so I had to run." These storytelling exercises allow you to use past tense, descriptive words, and expressive tone, all of which are essential for fluent speaking. Here's another fun habit: singing. Yes, singing in English is an excellent way to improve fluency. Pick a slow, clear English song. Listen to it, read the lyrics, and then sing along. Music helps you remember sentence structure, pronunciation, and new words more easily. Songs also teach you casual expressions, contractions, and everyday rhythm. It's a fun, relaxed way to train your fluency muscles. Even one song a day can make a difference in how you sound when you speak. Let's practice a short vocabulary exercise before we end. I'll give you a short story and then ask you to try retelling it in your own words. Ready? Yesterday, my friend called me and invited me to dinner. I finished work early and went to her house. We cooked pasta together, laughed a lot, and watched a funny movie. It was a perfect evening. Now try telling this story again, using your own words and natural sentences. Maybe you change the friend's name or the food you made. The goal is to express the same ideas using your own language. This is fluency, not perfect repetition, but natural, confident communication. Let's also talk about the power of review. Every Sunday, you can do a weekly English check-in with yourself. Ask yourself, what new words did I learn this week? What speaking practice did I do? What mistakes did I notice and learn from? What goals did I reach? This 5-minute review builds awareness and shows you how far you've come. It keeps your progress visible, and that builds motivation. Fluency grows not from one big step, but from many small ones, repeated again and again with purpose. Now let me remind you of something very important. There's no one perfect way to learn English, only the way that fits your life and keeps you going every day. That's why these 7 simple habits work, because they're flexible, real, and can be part of your normal day. You don't need to study for hours, you just need to stay connected to English daily. Whether it's 5 minutes of speaking, 10 minutes of writing, or listening while you clean, it all counts. It all moves you forward. And each small habit you build makes the next step easier. So if you've been waiting for the right time to start improving your English fluency, let today be that day. Choose one habit to start with. Maybe you'll begin with a 1-minute speaking journal, or read one page out loud tonight, or describe your breakfast in English tomorrow morning. Whatever it is, make it a daily habit. Make English your friend, your routine, your tool. Not something you have to memorize, but something you use and enjoy. Before we close, let's do one final speaking practice together. I'll give you a prompt, and you respond out loud in English. Here's your situation. You are meeting someone for the first time. What would you say? You could start with, "Hi, I'm Elena. It's nice to meet you. Where are you from?" Then they reply and you continue, "Oh, that sounds interesting. What do you do?" Practice this short conversation again and again. Speaking like this, even with yourself, makes real conversations feel easy and natural. Remember, fluency isn't about knowing every word. It's about using what you know every day with confidence and curiosity. And you're already doing that just by watching this video, listening carefully, and practicing along. That shows commitment, that shows progress, and that means you're on the right path. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I hope these daily habits help you speak English more fluently, confidently, and naturally. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to
English and Smart Practice.
Click the bell icon so you never miss a lesson. We upload a new video every day to support your English journey. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care and keep speaking English 1 minute at a time.